Okay, if you're looking for the opening bell, this is how we're getting the new market week started here on Frontier Africa Report. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new week. That's how this was how we finished off on Friday for the Nigeria's 3-day trading session. The big names in the consumer goods, industrial goods, and telcos such as MTN rallied the market very strongly, 2.62, 262 basis points. 50,937, just a shy of 51,000. Today you got a BRVM softened by 55 basis points. On Sunday, which is the start of the new week in Cairo, the market went up by 56 basis points. The Nairobi Bourse finished on Friday 1.93%, roughly 2%, and the Johannesburg stock market, that's the JSE, fell 2.45% in sympathy with the rest of the developed and emerging markets. This morning, the GSE is also starting on a negative note in line with the Asia Pacific and the European open of cash trading, all on the back of the concern about the war in Ukraine, the whole European Union deciding to ban Russia's oil, and inflation, and the interest rate hike by the Bank of England and the US Central Bank last week. All of that come together. The rand this morning is printing about 16.14 against the US dollar, down very sharply, continuing from where it finished off over the weekend. So let's get on to other news just to kick your new week starting. Kenya is set to enter Sudan's tea market. The agreement would be around what you call the 3-year shelf life talks, which has been discussed between the Sahel country and its biggest tea producing neighbor, and that's Kenya, by the way. Then the Ghana Airways says she signed deal with the Ghana Airways to expand into West Africa. Kenya Airways is looking for partnerships that will help it continue to remain very profitable and in business. And trade deficit from West Africa's largest economy, Kenya, widens to about 1.407 trillion shillings for the full year 2021. Backward-looking economic data, the summing up of the year 2021. And Uganda and Tanzania said they've signed defense security deal between the two neighbors. And Rwanda has suspended the import of Indomie instant noodles. Well, that's what the authorities in Kigali just announced. Okay, let's check with West Africa. Quite a few corporate news in the Nigeria's aerospace. That's where the airline is, where the big story is. Domestic airlines. The initial plan was for the local airlines to suspend operations, so Nigeria's skies will be quiet from today by local airlines. That was discussed all through to the weekend. The FCCPC and other government agencies, officials weighed into that, and now has been cancelled. 5 of the local biggest airlines yesterday signed a joint statement under the AON, which is Airline Operators of Nigeria, saying they suspended the initial plan of action because of the increasing price of Jet A1 and other costs of running airline domestically within Nigeria itself. That's been now be suspended, and until further talks are on with the government and a resolution as to where they'll find Jet A1 at affordable price. They just said they don't want to continue to pass those costs to the increasing cost of airline operations to consumers. And then aero contractors, which about 5 decades old or more, is likely going into liquidation. It's been under a receivership of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria for a couple of years after the collapse of the banking institution, which was Oceanic Bank, about 12 years ago. And MTN shares rallied all through last week on latest first quarter earnings. Profit after tax came in about 31.3%. And the CSCS, which is Nigeria's Central Securities Clearing System PLC, which was formed around 1997, 25 years ago, marks its 25th anniversary and is paying a gross dividend of 3.7 billion naira. The shareholders decided on that last Friday. Ayode Jebo, who is the current managing director and chief business officer at Optimus by Afrinvest, has now been elected a member of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers of Nigeria governing board. We say congratulations to Ayode Jebo. He was formerly the head of retail investment at Chapel Hill, Denham. It's been an industry for many, many years. And the Securities and Exchange Commission in Ghana says it's in talks with the Ministry of Finance to exclude or seeks an exemption for investment deals from the new e-levy that the authorities in Ghana has introduced. Take me to Southern Africa, where the South Africa's first quarter mining and manufacturing data will be out this week, while the South Africa is setting aside roughly 600 billion rand to deal with the road repairs on the back of that catastrophic flooding that happened just about a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, in around the KwaZulu-Natal area. Toyota, remember, one of the largest automakers in South Africa, says that those flooding could cause delay in its production for at least another 12 weeks. And Pick n Pay says it's building about 2 billion rand esports distribution center to expand its retailing business within the South African economy. Zimbabwe has imposed what we call capital controls to curb the decline of the local currency, the Zimbabwean dollar. The new rule says you no longer take out of the country more than $1,000. The initial threshold was $5,000. Now the control is now the limit is now $1,000 within the country itself. With the banks and automated teller machines, the limit is now $1,000 that you can take out. This part of capital controls on the back of the new bond notes that the Zimbabwean Reserve Bank wants to float, which will be floated at a parity of 1-to-1 with the US dollars. Zimbabwe is going through a crunching time when it comes to its FX situations. And the second Holdings in South Africa says he sacked his Chief Executive Officer, Andrew Fenning-Okai. Okay, let's end it in North Africa. The Central Bank of Egypt is set to hold its May monetary policy meeting, and the folks at BNP Paribas is forecasting that the CBE would raise rates by 200 basis points this month, in line with what you see in the US as well as the Bank of England. And Egypt is to set its oil price at about $80 a barrel for its full year 2022-2023 budget. And the latest PMI for the month of April read 46.9, slightly better than 43.5 in the month of March, but still within the contractionary mode, which is any figure below 50.0. If you do 50.0, that means you're on the road to an expansion. Right now, Egypt's manufacturing sector is still in a contractionary mode. Morocco's GDP is expected to expand by 1.8%, roughly 1.336 billion dirhams for the full year 2022, while South Sudan is looking to nationalize the country's oil industry within the next 5 years, trying to ensure that the revenues and inflows from its petroleum industry are well invested within the country. And that's about it for this Monday morning, the 9th of May, for your Frontier Opening Bell. I am Boason Omofaye. We thank you for watching. Go online and watch this show again. Frontier Africa Reports on YouTube. We have all our social medias on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And of course, you can visit our website, www.frontierafricareports.com, to read up on our stories and watch some of our videos as well. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.